putting on a jacket just in case when the sun goes down. Might get a little chilly. Just about to go over the mountain, but I don't know if you can tell because it all kind of looks the same around here. Beach, sand, cacti, rocks, palapas, van. Is this super awesome, Mila? Are you guys running away from the camera?
What?
Why are you running away?
What?
Don't run away. They're running away from the camera.
I don't do that.
Well, we are at Playa La Perla, which is another spot we came to before. We really like this spot. And the reason why we like it is because like all this cactus right by the water. We just think that's magical to have that kind of setup. And we're over here in the Palapa. There's two Palapas down here. This is also where we were last time. We were here in 2016 with our friend Nathan and Renee. And this is one of the two spots that you come off the highway and you pull out. The one that you can see right when you get down to the water is called Playa El Requeson. It's like an isthmus / sandbar. On low tide, you can get out and walk over to an island that's usually inaccessible by land during high tide. So a lot of people camp there. However, we decided to come over to Playa La Perla over here because far less people come over here. So when we first got here, this Palapa was the only one taken. Has a tent in it, and it's a couple in a regular car, and they're just here tent camping. They've gone somewhere since, and after we got here about an hour, the other camper came. So now there's 3 of us, and there's like 5 or 6 palapas. So still room for a couple more people. But by this time of day, I don't suspect anyone else is coming. However, we will walk over to the Requeson just to check it out, because right now, as I said, tide is going out, which means we should be able to walk on the isthmus and get to the island. And here's I believe this is the caretaker that comes over and charges us 200 pesos a night, sort of empties out the trash and manages the porta potties. It was 100 pesos, I believe, last time we were here. So it's definitely a bit more than it was before, but exchange rate has also gotten better in our favor. All things considered, still really cheap. $10 to be here at night. I mean, there's no facilities, no water, obviously no electricity, but you couldn't beat the location though.
And if you were in your swimsuit, couldn't you walk on it normally?
If you don't mind getting wet, sure, you can go. You can go on it. There it is. That's El Requeson. A lot of people there. Huge Class A motorhome. Huge toy hauler at the end. Like a bunch of RVs. So it is like the beginning of December. So for a lot of people, it's the beginning of the season, and they just got down here. And this is like the place they want to be, probably for weeks, right? So last time we came, it was far less crowded, but also it's because it was in March. So a lot of Canadians had already left and started to head back north. It's safe to say more people are coming down here than before. How funny though, La Perla, where we're at, is so quiet. Hardly anybody there. And arguably, well, okay, it's not as nice. For sure, this is a very unique setup with the isthmus and the island and all that. And there's water on both sides of the isthmus. So that's the main draw. That's the main reason why people come down here. So, I don't know, we're gonna walk over there. We're gonna walk over that sand spit. See if we can get to the island. That's us over there. And then Requeson over here.
Oh, well, you know it doesn't look good.
Now when he tries to land, his feet are already down.
I think one of these palapas is our,
I think it's this one.
here's this blown up one.
Too many waffles.
This is our waffle madness. Last time we were here, we were with some friends. And we're doing just a little bit of day drinking, as you do here in Baja. And I also had a cast iron stovetop waffle maker. And we may have gone a little overboard with stuffing the waffle maker with different ingredients. But I would highly recommend it. Anybody who's got a waffle maker and wants to experiment with different breakfast items, shove it all in there, close it up, cook it up. If you find a good recipe, let me know in the comments. Look how many people are here. That guy's got the spot right there. He loses sun pretty early though, that's the problem. Generator. That's what happens when you have huge RVs. They have Starlink too, so you know they don't have enough solar to charge it all up, so they gotta run the generator. But you can almost see us across the water. Maybe? No, you can't, because we can't see over here from La Perla, so they can't see us from over here. But here we are, we're walking on the isthmus. Check it out. This is underwater during high tide. And then you see there's water on this side, and then there's water on this side. So this is the main draw of Playa El Requeson. It is very cool. You can't drive your car over here though. You're not allowed to drive your car. So you may as well camp someplace quieter, less busy, and just walk over here. And it probably took us no more than, I don't know, 7-8 minutes to walk over here. And I really, would not have been happy to be packed in there like sardines with these guys. But it does look like a lot of these people know each other. So that looks like fun, actually, if you're in that group. But for us, it's much better for us to be on the other side. Water comes up on high tide right here. And it's dry over there. And all of this is underwater. In the next few hours, all the water will come back in. It looks like you can't even drive in here anymore without paying. There's probably like a day use fee and then an overnight fee.
Yeah, there's one palapa on the other side of the gates, but I'm sure they'll still charge you.
And then it looks like they have a little big palapa thing that has like cooking equipment behind it. I wonder if they make food during the day. And I don't know how they figure out how much to charge each person, because some of these people have like a car, a trailer, a side-by-side, a motorcycle. Some people have giant motorhome towing a car, and we're just a van. Like some of these other people here, they're just a small van or a small camper. It would be a good deal for somebody in a huge thing and just get charged the same. 200, 250 has been about the going rate everywhere we go for dry camping on the beach these days. And by the way, these are not owned by the people who are charging. They're concessionaires. So they sort of, I don't know, they have to apply or they buy to become a licensed concessionaire. And then they get to run this area, because I believe this area is owned by the government. So they just, they pay a fee probably to the government, and then this is their seasonal job. Last night there were 2 other people here. There was an RV. There was an older Winnebago View, which is a sprinter-based Class C RV. They were parked here. Nice couple from Ashland, Oregon. They are actually on their way up, surprising to see how many people are on their way up already. So we are now here at La Perla all by ourselves. Meanwhile, over there on the El Requeson side still is fully packed with people. But we're happy to be here, not complaining. We got this little moon-shaped bay to ourselves, and we're parked in just the right position I want to be, which is facing west with the driver's side of the van facing south, so I can get the best solar. I can have both of my portable solar panels out. Last night we got our solar down to like below 70%, which is not ideal, but with today's sun, we're gonna hopefully charge back up to 100%, at least pretty close. The sun is it'll set right over there, kind of by that little hill over there. And we're already at almost 90%, maybe 86, 87%. And we've been running Starlink all day, which, you know, I'm pretty surprised that it's doing as well as it is. We are coming up on maybe 10 days from summer or winter solstice. 2 portable solar panels. We have this big one, which is supposed to be 300 watts. And they got the little one that's only 100 watts. However, this big 300 watt one is not producing 300 watts. In fact, these 2 panels are doing about the same amount of output right now, which is pretty aggravating. I'm carrying that huge 300 watt heavy thing. It's only giving me about a third of what it's supposed to produce. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, it does help a little, but I could be carrying something much smaller and have it output the same. And the solar I got on the roof, that's doing as well as you could imagine for being non-tilting anymore, because when we upgraded to these ZAMP solar panels, we took out the old panels that I had, which were bigger and heavier, but I did have a tilting mechanism on them. And on a day like this, I would have tilted them, and it would have gotten probably 30-40% more output, to the point where I might not even have needed these portable panels. But I also need to work on that. I need to work on getting these ZAMP panels to tilt, which require some kind of, I don't know, DIY tilting setup. And we probably won't have any place where I can do that until we get to La Paz. And we'll be there soon. We'll be there probably within the week is what I'm guessing, because after here we're going to Loreto. And Loreto, we're originally thinking we might stay for a few days, but now we're just thinking, you know what, if we have to stay in La Paz for some projects, then there's no point in going to Loreto and just hanging out. We can just go to La Paz. And the reason why we stay in the city is to get some work done, edit these videos, upload them, and then, you know, do some shopping, do some projects. So if we have to do projects in La Paz anyways, there's no reason to stay in Loreto. So I think after we leave here, we'll just go to Loreto for a night, maybe shower, get some supplies, water, groceries, and then maybe head out to you know, maybe a surf spot on the Pacific side for a day or two before we head over to La Paz. As much as I keep talking about how prices are higher and there's more people, more crowds, I'm really happy to still be able to find places like La Perla that's basically empty, right? There's an old lady that was the same old lady that was here collecting money 6 years ago when we were here. Still the same old lady. Her son is here now. We stay here forever if we could, but at some point we got to move on. How many glasses can you put on your head?
I always have to have access for it. You want me to like put it on a chain?
Oh yeah, you want to be.
And these ones are on croquis, and then I'll be like the cat leashes.
Yeah.
This is better. This is a better look.
It's a better look.
Yeah.
He's loving life. See any fish? You see any fish?
Yeah, there was a fish and there was a camouflage
Camouflage
fish.
fish?
Yeah, it was like the color of all the snails in the rock.
Wow.
It was around one of these rocks.
Any big fish or just little ones?
The camouflage was like this long.
Wow.
Like this thick.
How's the water?
Cold, but you get used to it in a very short amount of time.
Yeah?